Hi, I'm David Fleming from the Disciples Ignited YouTube channel, where we are focused on Jesus, advancing his kingdom, and preparing his disciples. Now today we're going to start a new Bible study on the book of Haggai, which is one of the shorter books of the minor prophets in the Old Testament. And to get us started out right, let me read to you Haggai chapter 1, verse 1. You'll find that it's just chock full of needed and useful information. Listen to this. In the second year of King Darius, on the first day of the 6th month, the word of the Lord came through the prophet Haggai to Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to Joshua, son of Jozadak, the high priest. That verse is chocked full of content. It tells us exactly when Haggai is ministering. He's ministering in the same time period as King Darius, that was the ruler over the Persian Empire. So that tells us the time period. But it also tells us specifically who the message that the Lord has given to Haggai is being sent to. Is being sent to the ruler over the kingdom of Judah at that time, to Zerubbabel, the governor. So they don't have a king now. Well, we'll get to that later, why they don't have a king. And it's also written to Joshua, which is the high priest. So that kind of sets us what time period this is written in, but also where Haggai is ministering at. He is located in Jerusalem. He's ministering to the high priest who is over the temple, and he's ministering to the governor that has been made the ruler over that region of that we know as the kingdom of Judah. Now, that tells us that Haggai is ministering in a tumultuous time in the time period of the kingdom of Judah. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And it's been going wrong for a long time. And it's all because God's people have forsaken the Lord, and God finally had to discipline them and have them overcome by other nations. It started about 100 years before Haggai was even born, when Nebuchadnezzar was the emperor over the Babylonian Empire. He went down to the kingdom of Judah. He began to overcome it, and he started taking exiles out of the kingdom of Judah and taking them to Babylon. That's how Daniel got taken to Babylon. He was taken in the first exiles that were taken. But this continued on for years as Nebuchadnezzar continued to ransack the kingdom of Judah, until finally because of their rebellion, he completely destroyed the kingdom of Judah. He burned the temple. The whole nation was war-torn, and the only people that were left were the very poorest and the neediest people. All the people that Nebuchadnezzar thought that had something of worth to add to his empire, he took them out of the kingdom of Judah, left the poorest in the land. But that's not all. That's what's happening in the kingdom of Judah, but things throughout the nations are also in a turmoil for decades. Nebuchadnezzar, as I just said, was ruler over the Babylonian Empire. But at the very same time, the Persian Empire begins to rise up in power, and there's this man named Cyrus, who is the ruler over the Persians. He begins to attack other nations. He attacks the Medes. He overcomes them, and he incorporates their empire into the Persian Empire. And then he attacks the Lydians, and then he attacks the Babylonians. And he incorporates the entire Babylonian Empire into his own empire. And that's why we often in history hear about the Persian-Babylonian Empire, or the Babylonian-Persian Empire, because it was all combined. Now, you've heard of Cyrus before, because Cyrus was the one that Isaiah prophesied was going to begin to release some of the exiles. And so Cyrus said, listen, if you want to go back to your homeland, you have my permission to go. And that sets the stage for the ministry that God has for Haggai. So join me tomorrow and we'll learn more about it.